So, like I said, I mean, it's actually a great way for us to amplify activities that the brand is already engaged in. It's almost like another dimension to an existing activity. We've been, for example, we've been closely associated with a music festival called N87 Weekender, which is probably far and away the best music festival in India today and the most successful. So we've been working with the festival for the last 2 years. The first year, our entire social media activity was around the festival was limited to posts and some content and a little bit of activation around it, photographs and so on. What you would usually stand to expect from a vanilla social media sort of plan. And obviously it didn't work. We didn't get many views, we didn't get much traction, there wasn't much conversation. It made us sort of think again, and last year when we did it, we actually changed the way we use social media entirely. So the activations we did in the festival were a part of social media. It was impossible to separate the two. So I'll give you an example. We run a platform called MTS Discover, and at the NH7 Weekender, we own a stage called the Discover stage. The point of this is essentially to find upcoming indie music talent and give them a platform to express themselves, to reach out to the world. So far, so good. What we did actually was use social media to call in bands. We ended up with, I think, 600-700 bands from all over the country who came and registered themselves with us. We asked these guys to then go and promote themselves on social media, their own channels as well as our channels, to their fans and audiences. And depending on how much traction they would generate, that was really the mechanism through which we would select what we call the winning bands, the bands that actually got to perform on stage. So the moment we did this, so you have a real life stage, you have social media activation, you have a website, you have bands, and you have fans. Now all of these fit together beautifully only because our social media platforms allows us a way for these things to interact with each other. And what we saw that gave us was an immense amount of traction. The amount of conversation, engagement, content, interest, positive sentiment built around this was absolutely humongous, not just for the brand, but we were even able to monetize that in terms of how many people we could reach out to with our data products, with our smartphone products. So it's really a way of sort of integrating it as part of the overall marketing mix. This is one example. We do it in many other ways. Social media is a critical platform for us to launch a product or a campaign. Our internet baby campaign, for example, we didn't just launch it on YouTube, we actually launched it through torrents, because that torrents and social media again have I would not say we've discovered the relationship, but they have a tight relationship, and we sort of tried to leverage those two and fit them together, which gave us a lot of initial traction for the campaign before we even put it on air. So yeah, there are many ways in which we sort of integrate social media with the rest of our marketing activities.